Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. It is a Thursday, and we have a special guest. I've been teasing this guest, and quite honestly, I dropped the ball because I had been teasing him before I even talked about him coming on or scheduling him. And so I scrambled and went to his calendar yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, there's a slot free at 11 a.m. Eastern, so we're good to go." Welcome. It's Tech Tip Thursday. And the reason why I have this special guest on is he's got some technology that is pretty cool. I talked about it last Friday. And so we're going to demonstrate how I used that. If you missed last Friday's session, go back and check that out. I also have a document that I put together with the email template and how all of that worked. You can go and check that out. It was last Friday. I don't know what was last Friday, the 18th, I think, August 18th. Yep. Go back and find that past session. Joe has built a seller technology platform that will help you convert home value leads, expired listings, FSBO listings, any seller that is potential, Z buyer seller leads. If you've got sellers that have raised their hand in some form or fashion, this will help you convert them. And we'll do a deep dive into that. Well, maybe not a deep dive. We're going to share the idea behind it and some practical applications and let you know how you can get a free trial so you can play around with it. And Ryan, good morning. How are you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Ryan and his family have been fighting COVID. So Ryan wasn't on for a few days, but better than the last couple days, it seems. And Ryan is also excited for this technology because one of our recurring shameless plugs here on the Wake Up Real Estate show is thanks.io. And Joe is working on how we can integrate those two things beautifully together to geographic farm, awesome. to capture low-hanging fruit, etc. Ryan, it looks like you've got a social post of the day. It looks like one of your favorite memes. I think I've seen you use this meme.
I don't think I've used this guy yet, but maybe I have.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the market's confusing. Buy, sell, invest, ? This is I just did a quick text home value too, but if you have an iList link, of course, you could send people there to get a free report showing what their house might sell for today. Yeah. And just a very, very small tech tip before you continue, Josh. I realized today that if you do use this meme generator, we talk about this image flip thing, you can grayscale it and do some other effects so it doesn't look like everybody else's memes really quickly. Cool. So I grayscaled that bad boy today.
Cool. I already have, I'm going to tease next Thursday, I already have two cool little tech tips that you are definitely going to want to tune in for. I'm going to leave that as an open loop for everyone to keep you all on the hook. So I want to spend as much time as we can digging into the technology that our guest has built, is using for his own business, and now has made available, dare I say, extremely affordably available to all of us. So Joe Peterson with iList is here today. Joe, if you could introduce yourself and then maybe give a little backstory as to the what, why, and how of the iList platform.
Awesome. Well, man, thank you for having me on. And yes, Ryan, I'm really excited on the Thanks.io. Josh and I were talking. We're going to be able to do some really cool automation built into that. So I think that's going to be really, really awesome. So my name is Joe. I'm the CEO up here at iList. And our goal is to give real estate agents technology to better attract, engage, and convert sellers. And we do that by options with automation. Right? If you just offer options on your website, chances are you're still using forms and it's going to take them to a thank you page. And then it's up to you, the agent, to catch them, right? What we do is take options, we combine it with automation. So when sellers engage you on websites or KV Core tools or Thanks.io, like we're about to show, it takes them through a complete interactive experience, and you'll have brand new sellers showing up on your site. Whether it's a traditional seller, cash offer, any strategy, that's what we do. And my background in real estate is pretty diverse, actually. Started hedge fund world literally my sophomore year in college, and that is all I've ever known. So if I ever have to get a real job, I'm toast. But that world taught me the power of automation and scalability. And the REO hedge fund world, it just constantly goes up and down like this. I wanted something that was consistent for my team. So we wanted to take the tools, the automation, the offer portals, everything from that world, and we brought it to the traditional market, because that's one thing that does hold constant. The market is a little odd right now, like Ryan was just talking, but there is a constant level of transactions always happening in the traditional world. So how can you take tools that allow you to automate, grow, and scale your business to the traditional world? That's what we try to do here at iList.
What first caught my attention about it, there were several things, but I would say one of the big things was the platform is designed to engage sellers the way well-designed IDX search websites are designed to engage with buyers. And really, no one had been doing that, right? Like there really wasn't, at least in my experience, an interactive experience for a seller where they and Joe's going to demonstrate here what some of this looks like, where they can get multiple valuations, right, from different data sources, and they can interactively adjust the value based upon whether the database or the tax database information is slightly off, or they can adjust by condition and things of that nature. So it's very interactive and engaging for the seller. And then, oh, by the way, here are the ways we can help you if or when you are thinking about selling, or you're already thinking about selling, or already actively selling, right? As a FSBO or a expired listing.
And so Josh, something just to kind of go back on one thing, a lot of agents don't realize this until they see it. So here's my challenge. Now, I know there's some friendly faces watching this. If you have iList, this does not apply to you. But if you are not a current user of iList, go to your website and explore the current seller experience, right? Think of the competition we have as real estate agents out there, right? The Redfins, Trulias, Realtor.coms, right? When you go to their websites and act as a seller, man, you have every option at your fingertips. But us as real estate agents, when a seller comes to one of our websites, they can't really do a whole lot. Yeah. So how are we going to remain competitive in that world? That's why we layer these tools directly into your personal website or websites, so you can better focus, engage sellers.
So I teased how last Friday I showed how I'm using iList with my existing seller database. It's a perfect follow-up Friday topic, right? Tomorrow's another follow-up Friday. And I was mentioning to Joe in the green room, quote unquote, like before we went live, how from that first use of this concept that Joe's going to show you an example that he's integrated iList so that if you're using KV Core or you're using Chime or you're using any number of other platforms, you can write in your native CRM or platform, website platform, you can send people, as long as you have their property address, you can send them to this interactive dashboard, and they don't have to opt in or anything. They are taken directly to that dashboard where they can play around, and you are notified when that seller lead interacts with it. And so again, I'll point you back. If you want to see exactly how I did that and a deeper dive on that, go back to last Friday. But I got over 150 sellers in my database to come back and engage and play around with that. And not just that, because that's, I can't, that doesn't feed my kids, right? But I have one deal under contract that I am buying that came from that. And I have 3 more listings in the works from that initial. And that's the first time I've sent those existing folks to that. So now, originally I was going to send it every once a month. I think I'm going to send it twice a month. I think I'm going to send it every like 15 days because it worked that well. And people are just curious, right? We want to, like our egos want to know like what's going on. And the way those dashboards are designed, that because they can play with them and interact with them, and because the market's crazy right now, like those numbers are going to change and be dynamic. So maybe Joe, if we want to take, I know you were I think you were setting yourself up as a contact in my KV course to demonstrate what that looks like for those who are curious.
Absolutely. I'm going to present real quick here.
Yeah,
let me grab which monitor here. Just give me 1 second. Grab my right monitor. Make sure I do the right one. All right, here we go. All right, so this should be opening up to present. Give me the thumbs up when you can see my screen. All right, so we should be ready. So Josh, I'm inside of, this is your dashboard within iList. Hope you don't mind me opening it up. But I want to come in here and just do a quick little walkthrough. So what Josh was talking about from that initial,
we have the right
run.
Oh yeah, we do. Okay, I'm sorry. It was just lagging a little bit. We've got the right.
It says my name because it knows I'm logged in as an admin, but this is your world that I'm in.
Yep.
So from Josh, what he was mentioning is this is just from the last couple of days here. But if I open this up and scroll down, look, I mean, he has pages of visitors, and I'm still scrolling. I'm not even halfway done scrolling yet. This is from the initial blast that he ran using this functionality. So massive amount of features here. And give me 1 second, Josh. Let me just go back into, it timed me out. Sorry about that. Let me just go back into yours. All right, so Josh has a massive amount of visitors, like he said, and I'm going to show you how he got those visitors and what he did natively using his own KV Core CRM. So inside of KV Core, I added myself as a lead, just a regular person, right? And I came over here and I sent myself a email. Now, Josh has this built out in a campaign format. I'm just going to open this up and grab the email that he created. Look how clean and simple this email is, right? He's got this built through all kinds of campaigns once again, and I'm just going to hit send. All right, so we're going to give this
Joe, one quick note, because we have lots of KV Core users that watch this show. If you want that template and the smart campaign, and the smart campaign is literally just an email and a text to tell them, hey, we just sent you this email. If you want all of that, it's in the document that I had shared last Friday. If you can't find it, just use the little widget in the bottom right corner at wakeup.realestate. I'm happy to give that to you. So you don't have to create that from scratch. Now you have to edit it, but at least you're not starting from scratch.
Yeah, and then something that Josh said that I cannot stress the importance of, that text message, right? We call it a bump text. And the text message is not really designed to say, hey, here's a link, click here, because that could get spammed out, right? Yep. The goal behind that text message is to say, hey, I just sent you an email about your home value. Wanted to make sure you got it. You're asking them a question. And what I have personally found, and Josh, you might have noticed the same thing, some of my database, I put maybe 500 people on this from a database that was about a year old, right? That I was not doing anything with. Yep. And I probably had, 20% of that database text me back and say, hey, I updated my email. Can you resend it here? And you know what? That is a contact update I would have never gotten in the first place. And so I was able to do that, send them a home valuation. And like Josh, we're doing multiple cash offers, converting multiple listings. Just that bump text, very powerful.
2 out of the 3 listing opportunities that I have in the works right now came from people replying to the text saying, I didn't get the email. And I said, well, I sent it to this email. Is this still the best email for you? Yep. No, actually it's not. And it may never have been, right? It could have been, just whatever their email that they put in for junk stuff. But now I've got their good email. I sent them the thing, was able to continue a conversation by text, and voila, listing opportunity.
Yep. We had another user. He's on a lot of our live Q&As we do. And he's out in California, but he got a $1.2 million listing from the exact same way. The seller goes, man, I didn't get anything. Could you resend it here? And he sent me the screenshot of this awesome conversation that was generated because of that. Met the guy. The guy loved the tools. $1.2 million listing from his database that he had not touched in who knows how long. So anyway, using your own personal CRM, and I cannot stress the importance of this enough. You're not having to go to third parties and set this up. This is inside of your KV Core, Chime, et cetera, et cetera. So now you can see that the email sent. I'm going to open up my email. My email is super sloppy, so just kind of bear with me. Here's the email from Josh. looks really, really good. Notice it populated everything. And watch this. When I click go here on my email, I'm in Josh's website. Here's my property. I can look at transparent data sources. Yes, we show Zillow. You know why? Because everybody's going to go look if you don't show it. So we show Zillow. We give the seller the ability to engage and adjust their values, and they can hit explore, selling option that they want to create, and done. They automatically show up. The selling options are completely up to you, customized by you to you. You can offer 1 up to 6 options. That's kind of the beauty of what we do here at iList. But this email, being able to just drop this into them where they don't have to even type their address in. This is the most powerful thing that we do. And every time that a visitor clicks and opens that email, of course, in KV Core, you can see that. But in our side, we also track when they click it, what link they came from, you name it.
Yep.
So, and look, Josh is getting notified right now.
A new seller is looking at your site. A new seller is looking at your site. Yep.
Now, here's another cool feature, and this doesn't really apply in this example, but let's just say Josh is like, man, I don't know who this is. He does know who this is because it was already in a CRM. But watch this. He can also click a button, skip trace it. We're going to bring in the ownership information for whomever lives here, which is me. So we'll give it just a couple of seconds, and check this out. You're going to see my name automatically show up right here because that's my house.
Which is beautiful for what we're looking to do with Ryan and thanks.io, because we can, what happens is when they scan the QR code, they're taken to their dashboard. And if we don't have additional data right from the iList dashboard, we can append the data, and then we can set them up or send them into the CRM and set them up now on that, whether it's every other week or once a month, that updated valuation. And every time they're coming into this interactive dashboard where they've got selling options front and center, you get them coming to you asking about, hey, tell me more about this option. Tell me more about that option. Or just directly saying, hey, we are thinking about selling. Can you just come review these with me?
Yep. It's about starting that conversation, but doing it in an interactive way. Once again, if you go to your existing KV Core website, Chime, Sierra, I don't care who it is, and you pretend you're a seller, it's going to take you to a form where you, the seller, cannot do anything. That is a huge bounce point. Here, if I wanted to, I could literally come in, explore my values. I could pick an option, create a dashboard, done. I can go as far as I want to go as a seller without having to stop and wait on an agent. It's all done natively within KV Core. And by the way, when I skip trace this address, this already exists in Josh's CRM. But if it did not, and I skip trace it, it'll automatically send it to KV Core as well, where then you can use a campaign, once again, like he said, and engage them.
Yep.
So combining this functionality and feature natively in your CRM is a very, very powerful thing. Now, just to take a step back. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, no, well, I was just gonna point out, like, this is just one cool feature with iList. There are a whole bunch, and you've got an incredible marketplace where you can get more leads, where you can integrate with different platforms and so forth. So there are a whole lot of ways that you can use this. And I don't want to turn this into a big commercial, but one of the coolest things that Joe is doing and offering is you can check it out for free. So you can play around with it at no cost, and scrolling across the bottom, growwithjosh.com/iList. It's a free trial. Check it out. Like, play around with it. And if you don't think it's awesome, well, no harm, no foul. Sorry, Joe, go ahead.
Exactly. Well, no, and you're right, man, because one of the things I was going to say is we take your existing website. I'll open up a couple of Josh. Here's one of your sites. I know we're putting it on others for you. I'm going to open up another, a Chime website, just so you can see how it looks and feels on Chime also. So Josh, here's one of your websites. So if I'm a seller, check out how clean this is. And if you notice, your current Chime site, your current KV Core sites don't do this, but watch what happens. I'm just going to come in here, type in an address. Sorry, I've got way too many tabs open on my screen.
And live streaming at the same time doesn't help.
And live stream, everything tends to go slower. Well, let me open this up. Here we go. Here's a Chime site. I can click selling a house. and watch how this works directly inside of your website. Get my value. And by the way, we use buttons, take them to your buying functionality. We want to take them to your selling functionality. We give them transparent information on their property. They can adjust, they can explore options, whatever you want to create, right? Users can have their own custom options. They can pick an option. It'll take that seller directly to their dashboard. But we take your KV Core sites, we take your Chime sites, we take all of your websites and we upgrade them, adding our functionality natively to them. You have access to a complete dashboard. And when I say we add this to your website, it's not just your homepage, right? We add it to all of your sub pages as well. And our team does this for you. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that. You basically, you just say, hey guys, I want it, like Josh and I are talking about adding on a couple of different domains for them. You simply come in here and say, hey, here's my KV Core site. Our team jumps in, we customize it for you, review it. And now you took your KV Core site, which is amazing at buyers. And now we just also made it amazing at sellers. And by doing that, you have access to the functionality within KV Core we just showed you. You have access to instant cash offers at the click of a button. And we also give you interactive home valuation pages you can use on social media, you name it. And the things that we're going to be doing with Thanks.io are going to be really, really awesome as well.
So much good stuff here. And, you know, the integrations, all of that, the flexibility, you can build pages. You can tweak the look and feel of it. You can change your selling options, right? Because all of it, we have different options and so forth, whether it's with the broker we're at or whatever the case may be. You have full, you can fully customize all of that. And the other huge benefit that I've found with Joe and iList is because they are, they are in the trenches with us and want to make it the best for us. And I mentioned this last Friday. Joe built this to scratch his own itch first and foremost, right? He didn't build this to have something cool to sell to all of us, which is what happens a lot in the real estate world, especially the real estate tech world. He built it to scratch his own itch first and foremost, and then you know, has made it available to you know, to all of us. So George asked, what's the cost? I know that you know, there, I think there's some different pricing structures and there's some add-ons and so forth. So can you break that down?
Yep. So our base price for everything you see here, right, which includes all of our landing pages, email marketing featuring KV Core, everything, right, that we just kind of talked about loosely. And by the way, we haven't even scratched the surface on our offer portals and everything else that's all built in. We're $99 a month. We do not do contracts, and we do not have setup fees. Now, the only thing, I'll tell you this, just so there is no surprises, the only thing that cost additional money, and it's not us, it's just how we had to structure these. We have direct integration with Zoodealio. It is a $19 a month cost, which if you're familiar with Zoodealio, that is an amazing value. Yes. And it automates cash offers. Our other cash offer partners are free, but I also can't stress how powerful Zoodealio is. They are awesome. Everything else you see here from our skip trace landing pages, direct mails, everything you see is included at that $99. If you do want to integrate with some lead sources, these are extra, but these are not us. You have to have your own subscription with them. We just connect you with them. We have APIs. These are not the only lead sources we work with. I get asked all the time, why are these the ones that are shown here? Well, selfishly, those are the ones I use. So I put them in Marketplace to make it easy. But if you work with Mojo, RedX, Vulcan, any of those, right? ZBuyer is somebody I actually want to have featured in here. All of those are great. We have APIs built out to make things very, very easy. Basically, it's really good at creating an audience for you.
Yeah.
So
beautiful.
But yeah, $99 a month. We set everything up for you. And during the free trial, it's full access. It's not like a limited version here.
Yeah.
I have a feature request. Can I ding Joe up a feature request?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it might be in there already. For the seller, the action that they can take like at their home equity, buy an investment property and like link to a list of investment properties or find an investment property or something like that to just kind of pull the seller over to the buy side a little bit?
So we actually are working on that.
Okay.
Right now. So we have a feature coming out, little teaser here. It's called our networks feature. Okay. Some of y'all might have heard me talking about it. It's a big, big feature. And let me kind of break it down for you. And it's going to be just visible up here when it rolls out. But let me kind of break down why we're doing networks. The referral business in real estate is a very hard business to track, right? Because once you refer something out, you really are just kind of relying on somebody's good nature that they're not going to, you over, right? So we're building out a networks feature where, for example, Josh, Ryan, y'all could add 30 different networks in here, unlimited agents in your networks, and you can refer properties out. You can refer buying side properties and listing side properties out. So when that feature goes live, we're also introducing the buying side to this, where you can convert sellers to buyers and do that as well.
Awesome.
So that feature is on our dev schedule, and it will be coming out.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Great.
If you're watching this after the fact and you have questions, you certainly can comment below, or you can use the little chat widget on wakeup.realestate. I would highly recommend that you check out the free trial, especially like if you're either already a listing agent or interested in growing that side of your business. You would be hard pressed to find a better value for what Joe is offering, just monetarily speaking. And if you have a database with seller leads, home value leads, Z buyer, whatever they are, that should be the first thing you do. Get signed up and figure out how to deploy the email that I shared last Friday, and check out all of the activity, and then follow up and follow through with the folks that are engaging there, right? What did you think of the different values that were, what did you think of the different automated values in your dashboard? Is a simple question to follow up with all of those that engage with the platform, right?
Yep.
I love the bump text too. So just an aside, the bump text idea you can and should be using in many other ways. So in this example, we sent an email with their home value, and the bump text was, hey, I just wanted you to know we emailed you this thing, right? Which the script and all of that is in the document, and I'll give you all of that. But there are so many ways that you could be using that to cross-channel, to train your database to look for your emails. And, for example, KB Core, let's face it, the email deliverability is not the greatest. And so let's say I want to send people an updated list of properties they're looking for. So let's say I've got a segment of my database that's looking at new construction homes, or originally came in looking for new construction homes in Cumberland County. I can send them that list and just say, hey, I just sent you the updated list. Did you get it? Right? Simple as that. And then the folks that engage, number one, are probably interested. And number two, they're going to give you a better email. Or number three, you can say, hey, unfortunately, sometimes it lands in your spam or junk folder. Can you go search that? And oh, by the way, can you mark it not spam so that you get my future emails? So that little trick or hack is a wonderful way to increase engagement and to train your database to look for and open your emails. That alone is killer. Okay. Metro DC Home Expert. I'm not sure who that is, but this is awesome. I agree. You should check out the free trial. Check out the free trial at growwithjosh.com/iList. And once we get the thanks integration live, number one, I'm going to be the guinea pig. And number two,
no, I am.
We have that. Well, what's that? You're okay. Ryan's going to be the guinea pig. Both of us will be the guinea pigs. And then once that's ready for rollout, anybody who's interested in that, I guarantee it is going to be an effective way to geofarm or to use in tandem with a just listed or just sold card, where that people are curious. They want to see, they want that information about themselves and their neighborhood and what's going on. And so that will be a wonderful way to identify who in different pockets, geofarms, et cetera, are thinking about selling. Because if they're engaging with that, they're curious for some reason or another.
The other main reason we created Thanks in the first place was to thank seller leads, the address onlys. So Joe, when we talk, as we're building the integration, if we could do something where a postcard or a letter goes out automatically to people checking their home value, it's a really powerful way to pull people back in your fold a week or two later. So
1000%. I'll take it one step further. So Ryan, imagine that happening automatically, right? When they get that postcard, having a QR code on it that functions the same way as the email marketing feature we just showed. When they scan that QR code, guess what's going to open up? Their house, options, adjustments. It's not going to take them to a standard landing page. It'll literally take them to the same functionality that you can send them via email in KV Core simply by scanning a QR code. That will make the mailers be an absolute game changer. Because let's face it, you've got the 30-second walk from the mailbox to the garage before they put most mailers in a trash can. But if you can catch them and scan that and it opens their property up, well, now you're in a whole different world. So
the implications for expires and FSBOs are off the hook. If you think about a MyPlus Leads or something or Red X, and you start mailing automatically to FSBOs or expireds, you guys, I listen to me sitting right in the middle there doing a lot of work for you.
And it opens up their house. So this is the world that we're going to be entering with Thanks.io. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. This was like experiment number 1 on how could we take agents' own CRMs and use this automation side of it. Now that we've got that nailed, my gosh, the world just there's 1,000 things that we want to do with this now. So we're about to have a lot of fun with it.
Cool.
So for example, using street text or a similar, when you're using those types of platform for home value leads, at least half of the leads you get are address only. Now you have a way to re-engage them and deliver value and an experience to them without getting that other data. And oh, by the way, then you can go and skip trace and so forth. So many ways or implications for how to use and optimize this. So more to come on that. And Joe works fast, and his dev team works fast. So I would anticipate us being able to have something up and testing something in the very near future. But in the meantime, get a free trial and use it with your existing seller database. Whether you have 5, 50, 500, or 5,000 seller leads, just check it out, try it out, and see. You never know who in there is thinking about selling, and this is a great way to re-engage them, give them a cool experience, and potentially get some business here this late summer, fall season. So Joe, thanks for hopping on, especially last minute.
Absolutely.
Glad that this spot was open on your calendar. And I'll look forward to playing around with that. As I have said several times, if you have questions, if you need help, whatever the case may be, you can go to wakeup.realestate. If you haven't already done so, create your free account there, and then you can use the little chat widget bottom right to ask questions, get help, etc. And you can also go back to last Friday's session where I do a more detailed walkthrough of how I deployed this idea. It's in a doc. We've got the templates, etc., that we can just give to you. Andrew, I'm thinking, I don't know what was happening there, but I was getting multiple notifications, including one that had no address. I did get one with your address, so I'm not sure what exactly happened there.
Yeah, I put it on the screen so Joe could maybe answer.
Yeah, and if Andrew, once again, already in your database, he'll be able to see values and everything. But if he wants to go into create a dashboard and he's already in your database, it'll stop him because he can just log into his existing account, right? So, so we would need to know.
Support ticket.
Are you just playing or whatnot? But email us and we can look at that real fast.
Heath asks, is this something we can have Mike help us with? Absolutely. Heath, if you go get the iList account and hit up Mike, now Heath is part of my EXP organization, but I'll make this offer to anyone. If you use the link that's scrolling across the bottom, growwithjosh.com/iList, get set up. We will help. We'll get the 1-2 punch, the email and bump text. We'll get it loaded in there. We'll update it with your information, etc., and you can ready to roll. And Heath, I don't know how many home sellers or seller leads that you have in your database, but let's get that going this week. Greg, do you recommend turning off Home IQ if we're sending this tool as well? You probably don't want to inundate too much. So, figuring out how to transition from one to the other, I think makes a lot of sense. And Greg, you and I can collab on that and figure that out together, because I know that you had been on our home IQ platform for sure. Joe, thank you. This was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it. Ryan, I hope you continue to feel better. Tomorrow is follow-up Friday. Follow-up Friday. We'll have something on the follow-up front to share with everybody. And, if you need anything, let us know. wakeup.realestate. And more on the iList Thanks saga to come very soon.
All right. Talk to you guys soon.
Thanks all.
Awesome. Thank you.